What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Scyushi, and today is a very, very exciting day. Like, seriously, this news just came out, and I wanted to rush this video out to you guys to let you know, because I did play Ghost of Tsushima on the channel. I'm still kind of playing it on the channel. We beat the main campaign, and now we're just exploring the world and stuff like that. Either way, it is already shaping up to be one of my all-time favorite games of the year, okay? It's definitely right up there with Trove, Grand Theft Auto, Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's an amazing game. Anyone who's played it can tell you that. But here's the thing. We got exciting news today, which, I mean, you probably already saw the title of the video. We have multiplayer coming to Ghost of Tsushima. Now, the multiplayer isn't going to end up being co-op through the main story or anything like that. It's actually going to be two-player missions that will end up having their own story play out, but then there's also a four-player survival mode and later raids. Now, we'll get into more detail with them, but we've got a pretty kick-ass trailer to end up going through. And I'm going to, for the most part, play this through all the way. You know, kind of giving a little bit of reaction myself, but if you guys want to see the trailer yourselves without you know, me sitting here reacting to it, I'll put a link in the description. But we'll go through it, and then we'll slow down the footage, and then we'll overanalyze everything, and we'll talk about the patch itself and everything like that. Now, before we get too excited about everything, all of this is coming out in fall, so it's still a while away. Let's watch. Make sure it's at the highest quality, 4K. Oh my god. And the thing is so cool is it's going to be dealing with demons and yokai in the spirit world. I thought that the single player game didn't have any of that stuff, which was fine, but I really wanted it. Oh my god. So in the 4-player mode, there's actually going to be a bunch of different classes. Based on the armor, I have a suspicion what they're going to end up playing like, but who knows what their special abilities are going to be. God damn, dude. That's so badass. Like, just out of left field. We did not expect something like this. Not only just co-op in general, but, like, look at this. It's like Neo 2, but, you know, a better game. Like, look at this. Oh my god. Spirit bow. Okay, proper combat. Because, yeah, it's supposed to be a survival wave thing. Which, I mean, that's the thing. Normally, I don't care about survival waves in video games. But with a game like Ghost of Tsushima, where the combat is just so freaking good, I can't wait to do a survival mode. Now, we don't know whether or not, like, I don't know whether they're going to have, like, loot and gear and leveling and stuff like that. You'll probably be grinding towards something. Maybe they'll have aspects of leveling up your armor and your weapons similar to the single player, where you start looking cooler and more badass, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's go through the same thing again. See if we can end up finding anything like super duper cool. I'll just turn the volume down just so that we don't end up getting anything super crazy. So these gates, I'm assuming, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just coolness factor, but the fact is that they seem to have them around quite a bit. So maybe it's just like the start of the level or something. But I like the fact that they're doing like all these different things. Like even the papers down here are, I don't know if that's like the spirit wards. In Japan, they use pieces of paper that to ward off spirits that will end up having like, I'm not going to act like I know what I'm talking about. We've all seen it. Any weebs know. But I really, really like the aesthetic of it all. Let's get into, here we go. Let's slow it right down. So playback speed at, let's do 5, just so that we can pause it in time. So that already looks badass. Kind of looks like, I could see that being a survival wave defense, because these missions in the 4-player probably aren't too expansive. This is probably a grappling hook spot by the looks of things, so maybe there's like a couple specific areas. That armor looks really cool too. So you can see, oh, look at that, Ronin, Assassin. I see. So there's going to be Ronin, I'm assuming, will probably be high damage sword character. Assassin might be working on Terrify. You know there's going to be an archer character, and then I'm guessing the samurai character that we saw 2 seconds ago with the big antler helmet. Maybe he's going to be more defensive or offensive. I mean, we're talking about Tsushima here, so I don't know how they're going to break it up into classes outside of the different play styles that they kind of have in the single player. But if they have an assassin, that makes me think that you can actually do some stealth stuff. I like the fact that this is all like, you can see this is the island, but it's all like messed up and like ghosty and stuff. Oh my god, that looks so cool. Yeah, see, samurai, assassin, hunter, he's gonna be the, yeah, okay. So this guy is probably gonna be playing the same as there's a legendary armor in the single player for each of these classes. So I'm guessing this guy's gonna play like ghost, this guy's gonna play like samurai, yeah. Hunter's probably gonna be the Takamura armor, and then Ronin is going to end up being, there was like a Ronin armor, but I don't remember which one. This looks like it's actually in the snow biome, but I mean, I like how they're actually filling up the sky with a bunch of crap too. So this is definitely one of the special abilities. This looks like an enemy right here. So this guy's actually doing some big smash down attack. There's a spirit bow, which might just be cool. I love the floating lanterns though. Like, that's actually really dope. And then here's this guy just chilling, being cool. Looks like he had a lifesteal effect going on or something like that. I wonder if each of the characters is going to have their own... It looks like they might have their own weapons, but at the same time, they all kind of seem to have their katanas. I did notice, though, that the Ronin there... is it just me, or is he rocking... He might be rocking a hammer or something. He's got some type of a blunt weapon right here, so that's kind of interesting. Unless that was the enemy. He might have been getting hit by the enemy right behind him. Actually, and that cycles back through the other characters. Yeah, that's the enemy behind him. Never mind. So then there's Samurai, which that's what I'm playing just because Samurai is awesome. Then again, Ghost was more my play style just with all the terrifying stuff. Yeah, so that's going to probably be sword damage guy. Bow, no thanks. I suck with the bow. I like that. I like that a lot, especially with the fox helmet and stuff. That looks so cool, dude. Okay, cool. So I think that's pretty much all we can do for overanalyzing the trailer. Let's get into the actual post itself. So first, details on this new co-op multiplayer mode inspired by Japanese mythology. Now the cool thing is that you know, my cousin and I have been talking about this update today, and that's why I just knew I had to make a video about it. And apparently the lead developer actually just had an interview recently where they asked him about multiplayer, and he was just saying, like, it's like, no, this is primarily a single player based game. So they knew that this was coming. They just wanted to tease it, right? So today I'm very excited to reveal that Ghost of Tsushima Legends, a new multiplayer online co-op mode that will come out for free download for owners of the game later this year. So this is going to end up coming out in fall. You're gonna need PS Plus in order to play it. More than likely this game is going to end up coming to PlayStation 5. So if you don't have a PS4 right now, but you're waiting for the next consoles, you'll probably just be able to get it on PS5. I'm more than likely gonna get a PS5 just because any game on Xbox is coming to PC anyways. PlayStation always has exclusives, and they usually stay exclusive. But anyways, Legends is an entirely new experience. It's a separate mode that doesn't follow Jin or the companions from his journey, but instead focuses on 4 warriors who have been built up as legends in stories told by the people of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima's single-player campaign focuses on an open world and exploration, the natural beauty of the island, but Legends is haunting and fantastical, with locations and enemies inspired by Japanese folktales and mythology, and an emphasis on co-op combat and action. I'm really excited about that. I'm excited to see how they manage to make the combat difficult in multiplayer, because it was already really hard in single player, but obviously there all the enemies are just converging on your one location. So for something like this where they actually are going to flesh out the multiplayer, I mean, good God, dude. So we designed Legends to be an exclusive co-op experience. You'll be able to partner with with friends via online. You can play 2 to 4 players. Each player can choose one of 4 different character classes: Samurai, Hunter, Ronin, and Assassin. Each class has unique advantages and abilities that will reveal in the future. With 2 players in Ghost of Tsushima Legends, you'll be able to play a series of co-op story missions that escalate in difficulty, building on the foundation of combat from the single-player campaign, but with new magical twists that often require careful synchronization with your partner. So I'm assuming that you know, they're gonna use the spirit stuff as an excuse for maybe rezzing your teammate, or maybe you can teleport to your teammate, or maybe you gotta do like dual assassination and stuff like that. Maybe we could get like some type of stealthy Splinter Cell but with a samurai type game. I don't know, but I mean, it seems like a really cool concept either way. I'm just stoked about the whole thing. Whereas with the 4-player, you'll be taking on wave-based survival missions, fighting groups of the toughest enemies Tsushima has to offer, including new Oni enemies with supernatural abilities. I'm guessing that's some of the enemies that we saw that looked the same as Mongols, but were kind of glowy, or maybe had like a helmet on, or a demon's face or something like that. So cool stuff. Again, normally I don't care for survival missions in games. Like, think about Jedi Fallen Order. If, you know, I think they added like a survival mission and nobody cared. Whereas with a game like this, oh my god, like, I love the combat so much. It's just so fun and so versatile to play it that it's like, heck yeah, sign me up, dude. So if you can best the story and survival missions, you may be confident enough to take on the 4-player raid that will arrive shortly after the launch of the Legends update, sending you and your partners to an entirely new realm to challenge a brutal, terrifying enemy. Oh god. So they're saying a raid specifically, so I wonder what type of a boss that's going to be, how many different mechanics they'll end up having with that, like, ooh. So it's been, and then they go to say that it's been rewarding to end up having all the feedback from players and stuff. We've been watching so many of your streams and playthroughs and can't wait to open up. Blah, 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 you know, the usual stuff, talking about how they appreciate the players. Either way, this is absolutely awesome, especially that it's going to end up being a free update. So they'll have much more when it's closer to launch, including details on character classes, customization, and more. So there is going to be some sort of customization, even if it's just changing the armor and stuff like that. Either way, I don't want to drag this video out more than it needs to. Obviously, I could say a lot of things about this, but let's just let it speak for itself. This is amazing. Okay? Like, seriously, if you can even... I mean, honestly speaking, guys, I'd recommend to anybody, if you can end up getting, like, a cheap PlayStation, you know? Like, this game is already worth it for the single player alone, let alone it's going to end up having a tacked-on multiplayer. Doesn't even seem like it's tacked on. It seems like they had this planned for the start, which also explains to me why they didn't have all of this yokai and spirit and demon stuff in the single player. They did a little bit where they ended up having the main character kind of get under hallucinogens and stuff like that, so they could kind of have an excuse, whereas this just seems to be going all out, and I love that. I'm really, really excited to see what happens with it, dude. So anyways, thanks for watching. I just wanted to have this as a quick little PSA, quick announcement, let you guys know that this is happening. I'm glad I am still playing Tsushima because, my god, dude, I mean, granted, this is going to come out in the fall, so I don't know if I'll still be playing Tsushima until then, but I've got a couple friends that have a PS4. More notably, I only have one that I can think of off the top of my head that I can play this with right away, so you can definitely expect a full-on series of all the multiplayer stuff and maybe even continued videos and streams and stuff like that when this ends up coming out. So if you are just tuning in, you can always subscribe for that. Although, of course, that's going to end up being in a while. We are still playing Tsushima on the channel here and there, though. But anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys. Sayonara, and stay epic.